So the buzz today is all about the Sonics. Joining us to discuss is the NBA's approval of exploring expansion in Seattle. That's a mouthful. Danny ONeil, a former beat writer for the Sonics with the Seattle PI and former radio host for 710 ESPN Seattle. Danny, thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much for having me on, Joyce. Pretty exciting day.
Yeah, I was going to say, you must be so stoked. Okay, your thoughts on the NBA finally approving expansion for Seattle and why they went in this direction, do you think?
Well, they've certainly had a lot of interest, and the fact that an arena is here and Climate Pledge was really constructed with the idea to be suitable for NBA games. Once the arena was in place, I do think it was a matter of time and just when the NBA was going to expand. Here in Seattle, we've waited and seen a number of false starts. And hey, it could happen or it will happen once this TV deal gets done or once this franchise, the Boston Celtics, gets sold. But today is a tangible step. It is the beginning of a process that I think everyone expects to end with an expansion team on the floor in 2028.
Yeah, I can't imagine what people will be feeling if it doesn't. Okay, you covered the Sonics during the early 2000s. Talk about the impact that they had on the city when they were still here.
Well, it is our city's first pro sports team. It came before the Seahawks, before the Mariners, and there was something very vital about the Sonics and their presence there at Seattle Center. It was an anchor for the neighborhood, and I've been fortunate to cover a lot of really big sports events. I've been to 3 Super Bowls that the Seahawks participated in. I've covered American League Championship Series. There's nothing like the feeling of an NBA playoff series, the way it goes back between cities, and the city's interest and love for the Sonics. I think that was the hardest thing for all of us to stomach when the team left, was that it was really a political decision that was made, one relating to public financing of arenas, and it's worth pointing out that the arena they're coming back to is not publicly financed. And the fact that they left, it left a hole. There's been a hole. It's 18 years. That's pretty much a full generation of people that grew up without that team. And that's really too bad, but I am grateful that we won't have another generation that'll grow up without having the Sonics.
Oh, let's be honest, it was soul-crushing for those of us who grew up with this. It's awful. We're not over it yet.
It was part of the worst year in Seattle sports. It was 2008. Oh, the Huskies go winless. We lose the Sonics, and the Seahawks were bad that year, 4-12. Now the Seahawks have won the Super Bowl. The Mariners were a game away from the World Series. They're about to start playing tomorrow, and the Sonics are coming back. It's great.
I know. So, Kevin Durant's been talking about wanting to be part of the Sonics when they return. So what do you know about that, his relationship with Seattle, and do you actually think he could play for the Sonics if it happens?
I was talking about this yesterday. Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Kevin Durant is one of my favorite players for a lot of different reasons. But for Kevin Durant, I could see him hanging around. It would be 2 seasons into the future. And he's definitely getting toward the end of his career, but he's not on his last legs yet. And here's the thing. Kevin started his career in Seattle. And that feeling that he had about being in Seattle and what that meant, he's always been such a good Sonic and just loved the region of Seattle. And he doesn't really have a home base in terms of, he's now played for a number of different teams. This would be a place that would always revere him. If he was here the last season they played and the first season when they come back, yeah, he'd be loved.
Let's just roll out the welcome mat right now. Okay, just try to paint a picture for us. What's the environment going to be like at Climate Pledge when the Sonics not only come back, but host Oklahoma City?
Yeah, people have asked whether, because I've had a pretty, I'm not even embarrassed about the grudge I have against Oklahoma
Me neither.
City. I've never wanted them to win and always relished them losing. I used to hoist a Red Hook extra special bidder, their ESB, when they lost. I don't think the return of the Sonics is going to sort of dilute that, but the idea that we have a team that will go and take the floor against the Thunder, I'm really excited for that. And just when you get into an arena that is packed and the electricity that exists when it is a big NBA game. There's really nothing like it because it's so close. The players, you're so close to the action. And it just feels it's a lot more intimate than other sporting experiences.
The closest would be the Storm, but my kids were little at the time, so they don't remember the Sonics leaving, but how great will it be for a whole generation to take our kids as grown-ups back into Climate Pledge for an actual Sonics game? It'll be phenomenal.
I would say that. I think our basketball market, the number of players from the Seattle area, both men and women, that have gone on and played at the professional level, the fact that the Storm are not just a thriving franchise, but a multiple championship winner, it is a more mature basketball market that the Sonics are coming back to. I'm really excited for it.
Me too. Danny, I'm so out of time. They gave me a hard wrap, so I have to let you go. Will you come back on the show?
Anytime, Joyce. It was lovely to talk to you.
Oh, I feel like we're going to have many more conversations ahead. Danny ONeil, thank you so much.